Hey, listen, we're outside. It's a beautiful morning, and I'm with the beautiful Markie Malan, who's the author of this wonderful book that's called Baking Secrets. I was telling her earlier on that looking at it, it looks like a book that you'd find in a treasure chest that contains all of the greatest recipes in baking ever made. It's great to have you here.
Wonderful to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's called Baking Secrets. Recipes for every occasion.
That's correct.
And you've brought us a very special recipe now. Almonds are very, very popular, so you're going to help us make an almond cake.
That's correct, yeah. Wonderful for the weekend coming up. And you need to get your tea ready and your table set, and then this is the dessert.
Excellent.
Yes, wonderful.
I'm looking forward to that. The presentation is stunning. Let's get to making it.
All right.
What do we need?
So this is actually quite an easy recipe to make because you need butter, your caster sugar, you need honey, you need wonderful vanilla flavor, eggs, and then we're going to make a gluten-free option for your gluten-sensitive guests.
Oh, good.
So we're going to use a brown rice flour, which is lovely to use, and then obviously the almond flour, which is just ground almonds or normal almond flour.
Yes.
So it's got different names, but easy to find.
Okay.
And then the flaked almonds we're going to put on the top, as you can see on the end result there.
Excellent.
And a little bit of salt, just to give that depth in taste.
Let's get to making. So what's the order in which you get the ingredients in? So obviously your butter's at room temperature.
That's correct, yeah. Nice and
baking.
soft, yeah. So you know a little bit about baking, eh?
Well, with the help of someone called Zola Nene, I've acquired a bit of knowledge when it comes to all things baking and kitchen.
Yes.
And I remember her saying that whenever you're baking, your butter has to be at room temperature.
Yeah.
That's very important.
It's a cool.
And it allows for your kitchen to kind of have those flavors of the baking, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. So tell me a bit more about your book while you're doing this.
So the book is about teaching everyone to bake as much as possible.
Yes.
And the book is actually quite simple. Thanks. Yeah, you may. It's quite simple, and I didn't take anything for granted. So I take it that anyone who open the book that they don't know anything about baking, but I didn't exclude any tips or any method or any steps. All the steps are important in my book, and yeah, it was important for me to create a book for everyone so that they can bake and love baking.
Yeah, you know, I love that because the assumption that everyone doesn't know how to bake, so you go into the finest details about every single technique so that everyone really understands. And because baking itself is a science, it can be quite intimidating.
But I also take the fear out of baking because I want to let people bake with self-confidence.
Yes.
So that's what the book is all about.
All right.
Okay, one at a time. You can add the one at a time.
So we're adding one egg at a time. Why did you guys crack them? All right, here we go. There's... Oh, okay, all the egg white went. There's one.
Yay, okay, cool.
So hopefully you have like a friend at home or somebody who can help. You're going to go with the second one?
You can go.
And second one.
So you want to incorporate the eggs gently and make sure that it's mixed through because you want to get the air in there.
Oh, yes, of course. Because nobody loves a flat cake, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be airy and fluffy and soft. SMS the keyword cake to 33728 and we'll send you what you need in terms of an ingredients list and a link to the recipe to make it. The last egg going in. There we go. Okay.
Cool. So we're almost there. So this is nice and creamed.
Just going to clean up in the meantime.
Cool.
Whilst we're doing that. So it's nice and creamed.
In the kitchen,
You know what? I try my best to help because I know that I can't do the main tasks. So I stick to the ancillary tasks. There you go.
Yeah, so you can just scrape the bowl.
Yeah.
And then you've got your creamy mixture here. And then we're going to add all the dry ingredients.
Good, which include our almond
flour.
Hey, I keep saying almond, and I know somebody at home is cringing so hard. It's almond flour.
Yeah.
My apologies to all of the culinary...
Italy.
Italy? Never heard that one before. Okay, so we're going to get the dry ingredients all in there, get them mixed up. Once it's mixed up, you're going to get it into a baking tray like this.
That's correct,
That's lined with some baking paper at the bottom so it doesn't stick. And sprayed as well. You're going to get it in the oven for how long?
It's about 20 minutes, and you don't want to overbake it because this is a very nice moist cake, and you don't want it to be too dry. So you need to give it time to just bake 20 minutes, take it out of the oven, let it sit for a little bit, and then you can take it out of the
Do you do one of those toothpick tests to see that it's...
You can, but it's going to be a little bit moist.
Okay, so you do expect it to be.
Yes.
And then you're going to get... So after those 20 minutes, you're going to layer your almonds on top of the cake.
Exactly.
And then put it back in the oven.
No.
Oh, so
You're
how
gonna
do you
that
get
all
them
at
nicely
once.
toasted like that? Do you toast them in the pan?
No, you don't toast them in the pan. They're raw when you put them in here.
Okay, good,
And
sorry.
then while they bake, they're going to toast nicely.
See, that's why Markie's here, because she's the expert. I would have now just put the whole cake on its own and then waited. Why were you waiting, Kat? And now you've got a burnt cake. It's not moist anymore. Anyway, SMS the keyword cake to 33728. Markie's going to be with us for a little while longer as we discover more baking secrets from her wonderful book. We're going to take a break, and we'll see you in a sec.